One second. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, I'd like to invite the speaker, Dr. M. Rajashekhar, who will talk about integrated pest management in BT cotton. I now request the speaker to begin. Thank you.
Good afternoon, madam. Thank you for giving this wonderful opportunity. Thank you for adding me as the part of this agricultureinformation.com. Myself, Dr. M. Rajashekhar, working as Assistant Professor Plant Production at College of Agriculture, Rajashekhar. Today, I'll be dealing with the integrated pest management aspects in BT cotton. As we all know, cotton is one of the most important commercial crop which is cultivating throughout the world. As we look in the scenario in the world, the China is the leading producer, then followed by India is the second leading producer of the cotton. If you look the area, cotton will occupy 5% of the total crop area, though it is occupying the less area, but the uses of the pesticide. You look here, the cotton crop is consuming the 55% of the pesticides, and it is sharing the account of the 40% of the total production cost. And why this much amount of the pesticides we are using means mainly because of this cotton is attacked by more than 125 insect pests and some other diseases. Basically, what will happen means these insects and pests they are causing the huge damage. For managing of these pests and diseases, farmers are using the huge quantity of the pesticides. And moreover, to overcome, to reduce the incidence of these insect pests, government of India bought the BT cotton. As we all know, the BT cotton is nothing but that is the Bacillus thuringiensis cotton. In India, there is a two cotton hybrids are the approved one. One is the BG1, another one is the BG2. BG1 was approved in the year 2002. BG2 is approved in the year 2006. And since from the introduction of these BT cotton, since from the 2002, the production in the world, production area, production and productivity of the cotton was increased continuously and throughout the year. If you look in Indian context too, the area under the BT cotton, especially I said that in case of the India, though there are two BT hybrids are there, BG1 and BG2, but predominantly most of the farmers are using 95% of the farmers are using the BG2. In India, the highest area under the cotton cultivation is the Maharashtra. Though the area is highest in Maharashtra, but the production and productivity we are getting higher from the Gujarat. The production is highest from the Gujarat, then followed by Maharashtra, then followed by Andhra Pradesh and Telangana and Haryana. And if you look the major insect pests, especially these pests, they are causing the enormous damage. I already said there were approximately 125 insect pests which are continuously causing the damage to the cotton crop. If you look and if you will be categorizing these insect pests into the three categories, the first one is the sucking pest, another one is the stainers, and another one is the bollworm. In a sucking pest, there are the 8 to 9 sucking pests which are attacking the cotton crop since from its sowing to till harvesting of the crop, and two stainers. And the stainers, the name itself, what they used to cause means they used to cause the discoloration of the cotton. And another most important thing is the bollworms. Because of these bollworms, the incidence of the yield of the cotton crop was drastically reduced. And to overcome these pests, farmers are using the area of the chemicals. Because of that only, what happened means there is a n number of the pests has developed resistance, and now the farmers are also unable to control these pests. And though after introduction of the BT cotton from 2002 BG1 and 2006 in a BG2, still the only one pest which has developed resistant to the BT cotton is the cotton bollworm. And however, these bollworms a bit those are the managed one, but the if you look in the second pest, these second pests are the very difficult to manage. Basically, continuously farmers are depending on the chemicals only. To manage means to reduce the uses of the chemical, there is an urgent need for the uses of the integrated pest management. Before going to the integrated pest management, let us have the look into the these pests and what are the pests which are the major pests which are attacking the cotton crop and how much of the damage they are causing. Now, the first pest, if you look the certain pests which are occurring in the throughout the India, but the first pest which is occurring in the cotton crop is the leaf miner. This is the small fly. It will be look like a house flies, which is most commonly seen in our homes. And this fly will come and it will lay the eggs directly on the leaf middle region. And from that egg, the maggot will come out, and these maggot will mine into the leaf and below the epidermal layer. And moreover, in scientific terms, these maggots are the legless. They are the apodous. By this way, they do not have any legs. By this way, they always move in a zigzag. Because of the zigzag manner, you after germination, only 10 to 15 days old seedlings onwards, we can see the symptoms. These mines are called as the serpentine mines. By this way, it is called as the leaf miner. Why it is calling as the leaf miner means we will be seeing on the mines on the leaves. Why it will move in a zigzag manner means I already said it is a maggot which is not having the legs. By this way, it will move in a zigzag manner. Okay, first let us discuss about all the pests and the IPM practices together. We will discuss for the second pest separately and bollworm separately. And the second most important pest which is attacking on the cotton crop, that is a leaf hopper. You might be here that leaf hopper, that is Ambraska biltula. It is not only the pest which is confined to the cotton crop, it will be attacking on the area of the crop. Yet there is both nymphs and adults, means immature stage as well as the mature stage, they will be causing the damage. And most of the immature stages are the yellowish in color, and adults are the greenish in color. If you look the damage symptoms, both the nymphs and adults, they always present in the undersurface of the leaves. Why they always present undersurface of the leaves means here these undersurface of the leaf, they are having the stomatal opening. By this way, they can easily they can insert their stylets and they can get the sufficient quantity of the plants are. And moreover, these insects are the passive feeders. Passive feeders means they will not spend any kind of the energy. They will come and they will inject their stylets directly onto the stomata. From that only they will serve the sap. And if you look the symptoms, especially what kind of the symptoms these leaf hoppers will cause means, initially the leaf will turn into the pale yellow, then followed by margin of the leaves coming to the downwards, and with severe infestation, the leaves will turn into the pale yellow. That is called as the hopper borne symptoms. Why we will getting the hopper borne symptoms means these hoppers, they used to inject the toxic saliva. This toxic saliva leads to the proliferation of the tissues that leads to the complete reddening of the leaf we can observe. In the most of the farmers, they used to confuse whether it is the leaf of damage as well as the magnesium deficiency, because cotton is predominantly in the throughout the India, it is cultivated in the black cotton cells. Most of the black cotton cells are the inherently they are deficient in the manganese, and by this most of the farmers, they used to confuse that it is a magnesium deficiency, but it's not magnesium deficiency. The basic difference between the magnesium deficiency as well as the leaf hopper damage means, in case of the magnesium deficiency, the beans will be still pale yellow in color, but in case of that hopper damage, entire including leaf lamina, beans, and entire thing is converted into the reddish in color. By this way, this is the one of the most dreaded second pest. And moreover, because of its attack, what will happen means the plant growth will be reduced and the plant will become stunted. And in a single plant, we have to get at least 50 to 60 bolts. But because of attack of early stage of this hopper, we'll be getting only 3 to 4 squares and 3 to 4 bolts only. And another important second pest is the thrips, and these are the very minute insects. But the most important thing about these thrips is they will be attacking on the crop during the dry weather conditions. Especially cotton is the rain-fed crop. In the throughout the India, it is cultivated as the rain-fed crop. In the month of in end of the August and early months of the September, there is a dry spells. Dry spell means there is a one rain to another rain. If there is a more than 15 days gap is there, there is a more chances for the occurrence of these thrips. And these thrips are the very minor, it is very difficult to identify. And in the field, whether these thrips infestation is there or not, and how the farmer can identify means, what will happen means, there will be shiny or glistering appearance of the leaves. If on the shiny day, what will happen means the leaves will be look like a silvery patches and glistering appearance. That is the indication that the crop was attacked by the thrip species. And moreover, these thrips nowadays, they are causing the two kinds of the damage. One is the direct damage, another one is the indirect damage. As we all know, direct damage most commonly they used to cause that directly sucking the sap from the lower surface of the leaves, but indirectly they will cause the transmitting of the disease. Nowadays, this disease is the one of the most dangerous disease, especially in the cotton crop in the southern part in Karnataka, Telangana, and parts of Andhra Pradesh. That is a tobacco streak virus. It is the thrip species will be acting as one of the vector for this tobacco streak virus. And one more important second pest, that is the aphid, which is the pear-shaped insects, which is the yellowish to light blackish in color. And here also both the nymphs and adults. The one of the peculiar nature of these aphids is they will feed on almost all the parts, not only the leaf, stem, flower, square, bowl, almost all the parts they used to feed. And moreover, here you can see that they will be feeding on the leaf, under surface and upper surface of the leaves, branches, squares, and bolts, and even what is that? After bowl bursting, the cotton lint also it is causing the damage. One of the peculiar nature of these aphids is they used to secrete the huge amount of the sooty mold that leads to the blackening, discoloration of the leaves, and discoloration of the bowl, and even discoloration of the cotton lint also. That leads to the there is a reducing in the market value. And one more important second place is the white fly. The name itself, white fly, it is a whitish in color. And here, what will happen means these white flies generally they are having that four stages. That is the adult, egg, nymph, and pro-pupal stage. Though it is the second phase, it's having the one more stage, that is the pseudo-pupal stage. And here, this white fly, it is also small fly, which will be attacking on the lower surface of the leaves. What it will do means it will suck the sap from the lower surface of the leaves, and it is the especially the main compared to direct damage. These white flies, aphids, as well as the thrips, they will cause that indirect damage is more. The indirect damage most commonly they used to transmit the cotton leaf curl virus. In the year 2015-16, because of this white fly attack, there is a huge havoc in cotton yield, huge damage in huge reduction in the cotton yields, especially in the Punjab and Haryana region, and because of the attack of this white fly. Not only this white fly, there is a cotton leaf curl virus virus symptoms also more predominant in that areas. And one more important thing is the mealy bug, and this is the most of the farmers and most of the scientific community, and they used to consider it is a negligible pest, but still it is one of the major culprit. And I can say that this mealy bug, it is a small bug which will be laying the eggs directly near to the floral parts, and it will be having the fine nymphal instars. And after that, what will happen is directly I said that it's laying the eggs near that flower. Oh, what will happen means when it is laying the eggs near to the flower, the from that egg immediately the nymph will come out. What this nymph will do means the nymph will go and directly feed on the anthers, and especially the flower birds. What will happen means when I'm feeding on the directly on the squares, this is the what will happen means entire flower square shading. And here you can see that is a the flower should be open in a normal, but here if the flower will not open properly. And one more important aspect is there will be shedding of the anthers. If the anthers are shedding, if the anthers are getting damaged, then we will not get the sufficient quantity of the pollen. If there will be the no pollen, what will happen is there will be the no fertilization. If there will be the no fertilization, obviously what will happen is the flower or spikes will drop. And here the what will happen is most of the farmers in India, 95% of the farmers they are thinking that shredding of the squares or dropping of the squares mainly due to the boron deficiency. Okay, it might be, but most commonly compared to the boron deficiency because of attack of this flower midge is the one of the major pest, and which will be causing the much damage during the square formation days, square formation stage. But unfortunately, most of the scientific community and farmers are not giving the much attention for this flower midge. And moreover, it's not only restricting its feeding habit to the flowering and squares, it will be also attacking on the bolts. If you will see, if it is attacking on the bolt stage, what will happen means we can see that feeding punctures on the bolts. And if it is having the feeding punctures, what will happen means there is a linked quality will be going to reduce it, and moreover the cotton quality also going to reduce it. And the most peculiar symptom is a parrot beak symptom. The bowl will not look like an exact bowl; it will be look like a parrot beaking. And moreover, the bolts will we will not get the sufficient quantity of the cotton because of that attack of this merit bug. And what will happen means the immature bowl opening and deformed bowls. These are the symptoms which are most predominantly we can see. Another one is the mealybug. This is the pest, and this is also one of the most important pests. Initially, this mealybug is considered as a not that much important pest, but nowadays, because of after the introduction of the BT cotton, the incidence of this mealybug has much high. And like aphids, this is also one of the pests, and I can say mealybug. Why it is called as a mealybug means the body is entirely coated with the mealy coat. How the because these insects they are consisting of the waxy gland. These waxy glands will secrete the waxy coat on their body. And initially, the attack of these mealybug will start from the bottom of the plant, and then it will be means generally it will not attack directly on the cotton crop. It will be present near the cotton crop and the weed species like Parthenium, or Abutilan or Duranta, Datura beads. But over a period of time, what will happen from the weeds to weeds? Most of the times, it will be acting as an alternative wash. From that weeds, it will be shifted to the border of the cotton crop, and that is then this mealybug is spreading to the entire cotton crop. And the like aphids, and it is also one of the pests which is attacking on the leaf, shoot, flower, bole, and everything, all the parts which will be causing the damage. And moreover, if its incidence is severe, very difficult to control. You can see here that the plant completely infested field in entire 2 to 3 acres of the crop completely infected, and you will be not seeing any kind of the bole and any kind of the square or nothing. Completely, it is getting damaged. And over a period of time, what will happen means the field there is a one of the peculiar nature of attack of this mealybug is that leads to the cotton crop growth will be reduced. It and one more important thing is there is a late opening of the bole. Generally, the bole has to open early, but due to the attack of this mealybug, the bole will open late, and moreover, the plants will look like a wilted symptoms. By this way, managing of these mealybug also it's quite cumbersome and quite difficult, and most of the farmers they are using the dumping of the chemicals, but it's not at all fetching a good result. By this way, what farmers has to do means they have to conserve certain coccinelle beetles like redwood beetles, so that the beetles can look after that manage of these mealybug. If they are not using that, they are not conserving the natural enemies, then the farmers has to go instead of going directly to the chemical spray. What they have to do means they have to do because the body is covered with that mealy coat. First, we have to remove that. Mm, mealy coat on their body surface of this mealybug. How this mealy coat can we remove it? For generally, for removing of these mealy coat, what the farmers has to do means they have to take a initial spray with the surf by adding the 2 grams of the surf per liter of the water, and with the power spray they have to spray it, so that what will happen, the entire body, whatever the mealy coat which is present on the body surface, will be getting to remove it, and then the insect will look like a not at all coating with any mealy coat. Then if you spray any chemical like Profenofos, or you can spray with spirotetramet, those are the very effective chemicals that will be giving the good result. Another one is the flower mage, and it's like a normal merit bug only, which is also causing the much damage in case of the cotton. And one more, I said that these are all the sucking pests, and one more important sucking pest is the dusky cotton bug, and it will not attack at the vegetative stage, it will not attack at the flowering stage. It is attacking on the most important stage, that is the bole formation stage or bole bursting stage. And here, moreover, these bugs they will be not present individually; they are always present in congregate. They are present in a groups. What these bugs will do means, so after opening of the bole, they will inject their stylettes directly into that developing seeds, and from there they used to suck the sap. That leads to the what will happen is staining of the lint and a lowering of the marketing value. Not only this dusky cotton bug, even red cotton bug also attacking in a similar fashion, and it will also suck the sap from the leaves and green bolts and the lint of the seed. That leads to the if the same seeds if the farmer is using for the sowing purpose, it will not get proper germination, and moreover nowadays cotton linseed oil we are using, that cotton linseed oil content also will be going to reduce it. And because of this feeding punctures of this red cotton bug, that leads to the staining of the lint, and because of presence of that hole, what will happen means it will allow for the entry of the other bacteria like Nematospora gossipi, that leads to the staining of the cotton. Generally, the cotton should be in a whitish in color, and because of attack of these red cotton bugs, so what will happen is the cotton color will be changing into the like pinkish in color or blackish in color. And these are all the sucking pests. If you look in a broad terms, IPM practices for these sucking pests, all the sucking pests we have to use in a broader way, because the basic thing most of the farmers and most of the what is it seed growers are missing is that they are not following the IPM practices. Simply, most of the farmers they are when they observe the pest, if it is a one or two in number, they are going and spraying the chemical. And though after introduction of the BT cotton also, farmers are spraying at least 10 to 12 sprays for managing of these pests. By this way, we have to reduce the usage of the chemical. If the more chemical, not only the farmer may get the what is it pest may control. Sometimes the pest also develop resistant, and that is the problem. And moreover, the cost of the chemicals is also very high. And one more important thing is, what is that? When we go for export, our commodities, most of the foreign exchange, they are not accepting. But they say what we have to do means we have to follow the IPM practices. The first most important IPM practices what we have to do for the second piece is seed treatment. Though the seeds which are the farmers, I already said in India, 95 to 96% of the cotton area is comes under the BG2. Though the seed is treated with the chemical, but still if it is required wherever the areas like Maharashtra, Gujarat, and parts of Telangana, where the sucking pest incidence is very high, especially in the thrips. But this way, what the farmers has to do means they have to do the seed treatment again with imidacloprid, that is a trade name and the name of the gaucho, 5 ml per kg seed. They have to apply it, and 15 minutes they have to wait, and then they have to go for sowing. And while sowing also they have to go for certain border crops like PJTAU or maize. And most commonly before 10 to 15 years in entire southern part, for every 8 rows there is a 1 row of the pigeon pea crop farmers used to cultivate. Here the pigeon pea crop will be attacking the most of the natural enemies, but due to that, but because of the intensive cultivation, nowadays none of the farmer is not cultivating the any intercrop. And one more important aspect is, farmers has to, after seed treatment and after sowing, what they have to do is they have to do certain, what is it, intercropping with the copy. This copy will attract most of the natural enemies like coccinelle beetles and spiders, so that we can manage them effectively. And the one more important thing is farmers has to go for installation of the sticky traps, especially one of the most important IPM component is the sticky pads, especially white sticky pads. The cost of these white sticky pad also, I think, 10 rupees for each pad. Easily the farmer can available. And if the trap is not available, farmers they themselves they can make it by painting of the any iron rake. For that, they have to apply that yellowish color or bluish color, and on the top they have to apply the grease. Then they can install in the field. In a single acre, they have to use the 15 yellow and 15 blue and 15 white, and they have to arrange them in a zigzag manner. Why I'm suggesting this yellow, blue, white sticky tabs means most of the insect they will like the yellow color, and they will like that blue color, and some will like that white color. Especially mites will like the white color, and thrips will like a blue color. And yellow traps, especially aphids, white flies, and a leaf miner will like this yellow color. But it's in a simple and low cost, and all the insects will be getting attracted, and easily we can manage these sucking pests. And one more aspect is the stem application. And here what will happen is most of the farmer they are directly spraying the chemical. When they are directly spraying the chemical may kill the natural enemies, and the chemical may fall onto the farmer body. And to overcome this problem, in the PGTAU University, we developed that small equipment, that is a stem applicator. And this stem applicator, stem application we have to do in the 3 times. One is at 35 days, another one is the 55 days, another one is the 65 days. And here, what very small quantity of the chemical we have to use. The first we have to use the imidacloprid. If you are taking 1 ml of the imidacloprid chemical, and we have to add that 20 ml of the water, and we have to dip that stem applicator, and we have to brush on the plant, especially apical portion of the plant, so that what will happen is the entire plant will become taxicant. Especially this imidacloprid is a systemic insecticide. We can manage this effectively. And one more important aspects is the conservation of the biological control. Here, the most of the farmer they are never and ever worrying about these biological control agents, because these are all the naturally available. For each pest, there is a 10 to 20 natural enemies are available. But unfortunately, farmers are considering these are also pests. By this way, they are dumping the chemicals, especially these grubs and coccinelle beetles and spiders and mirid bugs and even chrysoperla grubs. And these are all they are feeding on the aphids, whiteflies, thrips, mites, and etc. And there will be only one option. Most of the farmers they are following is the chemical control. Okay, well, this chemical control also good, but they have to use in a judiciously. Instead of using the most array of the chemical, they have to use the two most effective chemicals. Because the first, if they are doing the seed treatment, it will give the control for the 30 days, and after 30 days only they have to go for spraying. The first spray they can go with imidacloprid, that is a confidor chemical, that is a 0.3 ml per liter of water. And after 45 to 50 days, still, if the farmer is not installing the yellow sticky traps, blue sticky traps, or white sticky traps, and if the farmer is not not following up this stem application, then only they can go for the second spray with the chemical, that is the acetamiprid, that is the 0.3 grams per liter of water, or otherwise flunicamide. Ulala, this is the one of the best chemical which can use, which most of the farmers they are preferring, that is a 60 grams per acre. Or otherwise, they can go with dinotefuran, that is a 0.3 grams per liter of water, or 60 grams per acre. And these are the chemicals. And moreover, what are the chemicals? Here I am suggesting these chemicals are the CIBRC recommended chemicals only. Coming to the bollworms, especially in case of the cotton, most of the bollworms, especially this American bollworm, uh, after introduction of these BT cotton, uh, what will happen is the incidence of these American bollworm was reduced, but still in some patches, if you are observing, if any farmer is encountering, then only they can go for the chemicals, but it's not that much damage it's causing. One of the most peculiar nature of the feeding of this bollworm is it will half of the body will be inside of the bowl and rest half of the body is the outside of the bowl. It's not that much important. And coming to this spotted bollworm and spinny bollworm, this is also some patches it is observed, especially in the Maharashtra region where the cotton is cultivated near to the bendy crop. Then the shifting of the pest from the bendy to cotton, that is observed, but that is also especially in the non-BT only. This spotted bollworm is incidence was observed, not that much severe infestation. We need not to worry. But the only one pest, especially we brought that BT cotton, BG1, BG2, we brought for the controlling of the bollworms, but spotted bollworm, spiny bollworm, American bollworm, tobacco caterpillar, all are in control mode. All are in manageable only. They are not at all causing any damage. But the only one pest which has developed to this BG Bolga 2 is the pink bollworm. By the pink bollworm only developed resistance, why not for the other bollworms? Is the main reason is that is this pink bollworm is the one of the monophagous pest which is feeding exclusively on the cotton, and if the cotton is not available, it will not survive. And sometimes it may survive certain alternative hosts like Duranta and Abutilan, but by this way, it's started initially forceful feeding. Though BT cotton was introduced in 2002 up to 2011, the pest was under control only. But what happened is from the 2011 onwards, the pest has habituated the feeding, and there is a changes in a midgut receptor that leads to the development of the resistant. Why it is calling as a pink bollworm means initially the larva is a whitish in color. After second instar onwards, what will happen means the white color body is turned into the pink in color. By this it is called as a pink bollworm. And moreover, it is the pest which will be attacking in the crop during the square formation stage. Square formation stage, whether the in inside of the crop, whether this pink bollworm is there or not, how the farmer can identify means in a single plant we might be having the 20 to 30 squares. In 20 to 30 squares, only 5 to 6 squares are the unopened squares will be there. If you open that unopened square, inside definitely there will be larva will be there. Means that is the indication that that kind of the symptom is called as rosette flowers. Why they are calling it the rosette flowers means the flower of the cotton will look like a rose, means unopened flower. If you open inside, definitely we can see that larva. And not only it is feeding on the flower, it will be also feeding on the what is that, the holes also, by making of the circular holes on the bowl. And moreover, these damage symptoms we cannot see externally, because the adult moth will lay the eggs directly inside of that bowl by making of the small holes. And from that what will happen means the caterpillar will come out and it will be feeding inside of the bowl, and only the exit holes only we can see. And because of attack of this bollworm, one I said that one symptom is the rosette flower, and one more symptom is the bad bowl opening. And if you look, there is a, what is that means? Double seed formation. Double seed formation means it will be feeding on the interlacular, one lacule to another lacule, by this way that congregate together, that leads to the formation of the two seeds. And moreover, because of attack of this pink bollworm, what will happen means completely the seeds linked and everything will be getting damaged. And by this, I come to the IPM practices, especially for the management of these bollworms. Second place IPM is different, and bollworms IPM is different. Especially for the bollworms, first we have to do is the installation of the pheromone trap. You can see this is the single pheromone trap. How many adult moths are catched? Pheromone trap is nothing but it is a small trap and the trap is this is the pheromone trap. It is a funnel trap, and inside that funnel there will be one rubber septum is there. In that septum contain one of the chemical, that is a gossipur. And these four traps we have to install in a field in a sequentially or randomly, so that what will happen, the lure will release the certain gossipur pheromone, so that wherever the adult male moths are there, the male moth will come and attracted, and they may think that here the female insect is there, but there will be no female insect. All the moths will fall into the trap, and by this way there will be no availability of the male insects for the female insects. By this way, there is no reproduction between the male and female. By this way, female will not lay the eggs. And one more thing is, for the all the bollworms, what we have to do means, farmers they have to choose the short duration BT cotton hybrids. Because nowadays what will happen, they used to cultivate the crop in the month of the June, and that they used to continue till the April. By this way, what will happen means, some of the carryover pest will be there, and in the month of the May they used to remove the cotton crop. In June and again they used to cultivate. By this way, most of the time the larval stage are because this PBW is having a larval diapers, and it will be remain still inside of the crop residues, and next season it may attack. By this way, they have to take the short duration BT cotton hybrid. And moreover, the farmer they have to cultivate the non-BT seed, but now there is a no chance. By this way, since from last 2 years, the government of India taken one good initiation, that is a ribbing technology, that is a refugia in bag. Means earlier they used to keep the non-BT seed separately, but now they are mixing the non-BT seed with the BT seed. By this way, most of the incidence of the PBW is a bit less. And moreover, cotton crop nearby areas, we should not encourage any kind of the weeds like abutilon and datura or duranta weeds. And since from 45 days of the crop, what we have to do means, we have to install these pheromone traps. The trap will consisting of the lure, that lure will attract the male adult moth. And moreover, and still if there will be the any damage is there, the initial spray what the farmers has to do means, initial spray they have to go for biopesticides like azadirachtin 1500 ppm, that is a 5 ml per liter of water, or 1 liter per acre. And still the incidence is more, then they have to go for biological control agents like trichoderma kilomis. And then still if there will be any damage or severe damage, then only the farmer has to go for the chemical management. And even after harvesting means, generally the farmer used to take that 2 to 3 picking, and after picking also, farmers they should not leave that cotton stubbles as such in their field. What they have to do is, they have to allow for the feeding of that cotton stubbles with the sheep or goat, and then follow with, they have to remove those stubbles with the help of the cotton shredder. What will happen is, this cotton shredder, it is one of the machine, it will churn, and it will make that all the stubbles into the small pieces, and it will be incorporated inside of the soil, so that it will be enhancing the soil organic matter content also. This is the equipment. This is most commonly used by the farmers of the Telangana and Andhra Pradesh and parts of the Gujarat, and this is one of the best equipment, so that it will be all the stubbles easily we can remove it. And another one is tobacco caterpillar. It's not that much important. And coming to the one of the most important aspects, non-insect pests, especially that non-insect pests, most commonly we used to see that spider mite. This spider mite, especially red spider mite, the attack most commonly we used to see in the month of September, wherever the, because at the end of the September, the southwest monsoons will be going to end. Because of the dry spells, the attack of the spider mite will be very high. What will happen is, because of this, the leaves will turn into the upward, and the size of the leaves will be going to reduce it, and the plants also will be going to brittle, and overall it will be causing the severe damage. And for the management of these, especially for the bollworms, I said that we have to follow the IPM practices, and we have to go with the certain chemicals. Those are the recommended chemicals only. Overall, what I want to conclude from my entire presentation is, yet that though any number of the pests which are attacking on the cotton crop, but there are the 9 sucking pests and 2 strainers and 5 bollworms are causing the much damage. But these IPM practices for the sucking pests are the much more important. The 5 aspects I want to stress here is, the first one is, the farmer has to go for seed treatment, though it is a treated one. Again, if they are treating, it's a good option. And another one is, they have to go for stem application. Stem application they have to do at least 3 times. One is the 35 days, 45 days, and 65 days with the chemicals, and then they have to go go for blue, yellow, white sticky traps. All are 15, 15, 15, total 45 sticky traps in a zigzag manner. They have to keep it, and then they have to go for intercropping with the red gum or sorghum so that they will attract the most of the natural enemies. And otherwise, they have to go for border cropping with the tall growing crops like maize, like that. That is one of the best option. These are all for the second phase. Still, the incidence is more. They have to take up the two sprays only, not all the sprays. Two sprays, especially the most important chemical is the flunicamide. That is a 0.3 grams per liter of water, 60 grams per acre. And one more chemical is that diafenturan, that is a 1.25 gram per liter of water, 250 grams per acre. And if you look the bollworms, the farmer has to go for deep summer ploughing, short duration hybrids only they have to select, and pheromone traps they have to install, and then need-based conservation they have to do, and always the cotton should not be cultivated nearby the bendy areas, and they have to grow certain marigold plants and tobacco castor crop as a trap crop for the spodophylla, and the need-based chemicals only they have to use. Then only the usage of the chemicals will be reduced from the 55% to the at least 30%. That will be the great sign. Then only our cotton, then only the cost of cultivation will be going to reduce. If the cost of cultivation is reducing, farmers will get that high quality of the cotton, high quality of the lint, and their produce will be fetching to the high market price, and moreover they will be getting the residues free cotton. And we will, even one more aspect is that there will be the no pollution for the environment, and there is a no pollution for the soil, water, air, natural enemies, and even human beings. With this, I'm concluding my topic, and thank you all for giving this wonderful opportunity. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Rajashekhar, for a very detailed presentation. Now I will take up some questions quickly.
Yeah, ma'am.
So, this one. Yeah. So the first question is, what are the major insect pests affecting BT cotton today, and how was the pest profile changed over the years? How has the
ma'am.
pest profile changed?
Yeah, madam. Especially in case of the BT cotton, if you look that bollworms, pink bollworm is one of the major pests. And earlier, all four bollworms like American bollworm, spotted bollworm, spiny bollworm will used to attack on the cotton crop. But after the introduction of the BT cotton, there is only one pest which is causing the main damage is the pink bollworm. And moreover, the pest, as you said rightly, it is shifted. Earlier, it used to attack during the boll formation stage. But now the attack of the bollworm is started from the even 45 days of the crop. Earlier it used to attack in the 75 to 80 days old crop, but now it is attacking as a very young age, and that is one of the major problem. And one more thing is this bollworm. Most of the times it is acting like a carryover pest. Not only attacking in the field, even if the farmer after selling their produce, they might be the produce is present near the ginning mills. From the ginning mills also, it is attacking, and that is the one of the bollworm. And coming to the sucking pests, especially most of the sucking pests, those are all earlier they thought that those are the nullified pests, but two pests which are causing the much damage to the cotton is the one is the whitefly, another one is the thrips and mealybugs. These three are the sucking pests which are attacking the most predominantly. If you look whitefly, initially the incidence was very less, but in 2015 and 16, especially in the Punjab and Haryana area, it's because of attack of this whitefly. Entire farmer generally they has to get 8 to 10 quintals, generally 10 quintals average yield, but they got only 4 to 5 quintals because of attack of this whitefly. And nowadays, even in the thrips, especially in southern region like Karnataka, Telangana, and Andhra Pradesh, in the month of in end of the August and September, there is a severe attack of thrips that leads to the what will happen with tobacco streak virus. Especially, it is a hidden disease, and because of it's a viral disease, and the viral inoculum will survive inside of the flowers of the weeds, and from there the thrips will acquire that virus, and then it will be means it is like a mechanical spreading only on the body parts of the thrips. It is attacking attached to that viral inoculum, and when the thrips are feeding on the cotton crop, it is spreading. And mealybugs also, these are all mostly predominantly one bollworm, that is a pink bollworm, and three sucking pests. And though earlier they are considered as the less important pests, now they are causing us the much damage in the, not only in the southern part, even in the northern part and entire India. These three sucking pests and one bollworm is causing the major damage. Yeah.
Okay. And next question is, why are some pests such as pink bollworm and sucking pest still a serious problem in BT cotton?
Yeah. Especially why second pests are the major problem means because most of the farmers the means they used to apply higher amount of the nitrogenous fertilizers, especially that urea. What it will urea will make means entire plant will become in the lushy green. If the crop is lushy green, most of the second pests they used to like and they used to attack on the cotton crop. And not only that urea application, and most of the times what will happen means most of the farmers earlier they used to cultivate in a square planting will be the square planting means the row to row they used to keep as the 90 centimeters, and plant to plant they used to keep the 90 centimeters. Basically the plant will is getting the sufficient quantity of the sunlight and sufficient quantity of the air. But because of the high density planting system means here we reduce the row to row spacing 90 to 20, and what is that, row to row 80 centimeters and plant to plant 20 centimeters. Because of that closed spacing, it is like a, what is that, close changing the microclimate of the crop that leads to the much congenial environment for the sucking pests like thrips and aphids, whiteflies, and mealybugs. And this is the one of the factor the incidence of these sucking pests are more. And if you look the bollworm, why the bollworm incidence is the very severe means here the in India, especially in some parts, if you look in Maharashtra and Gujarat, they used to cultivate the crop. Means they used to finish the crop in the month of. They used to start May end, and some areas they it is to continue up to the July end or August first week, preferably July ending. But still, because of the staggered sowing, what will happen is the continuously availability of the food for this bollworm, so that the bollworm has evolved in a such a way that it can it is getting the bolls and it is getting the squares in every month. By this way, the attack of the crop, the attack of this PPW increased day by day. Day by day in almost all the areas in all the states. Staggered sowing is the one of the main reason for that severe incidence of this PBW, and high nitrogenous fertilizer and closed planting. And even sometimes what will happen means because of the climatic conditions also, especially the dry spells will favor the most of the sucking pests. And waterlogged conditions, some of the sucking pests may be washed out, but other sucking pests it might be the favorable. These are the climatic factors as well as the man-made factors. Man-made factors means especially farmers, though we are suggesting from the university side and research ecosystem also, they are suggesting that they should not spray the synthetic pyrethroids in the early stage of the crop. Means most of the farmers they are, because these synthetic pyrethroids if they will spray means it will be acting like a tonic for the most of the sucking pests like whiteflies. But so what we used to suggest means they have to go for spraying of the synthetic pyrethroids after 55 days, after the 55 to 60 days after planting. But most of the farmers, these synthetic pyrethroids are available in the cheap cost. By this way, they are spraying these synthetic pyrethroids in the early stages of the crop. That is also one of the factor attacking of these sucking pests as well as the bollworms are the a bit severe. Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. And next question is, how can farmers detect pest infestation early before significant crop damage occurs?
Especially in case of the sucking pest, the farmers they have to go for regular. Means generally the most of the farmers regularly they used to visit their crops, and when they are visiting the crop, if there will be any changes in color, especially in a sucking pest incidents, what will happen means if you look, if it is that I already said in a hopper born means the leaves will turn into the light violet color or pale color. And if early symptoms means initially the pest is not that much severe, it might be it might be happen only in 2 to 3 plants, but later on it can spread to the entire field. By this, when there is the less incidence, then only the farmer can look after it, and then only they can take up the appropriate IPM practices they can manage. One is for hoppers, and another one is for white flies and mites. What will happen is the leaves will be, especially in case of the thrips attack, the leaves will be upward curling. If the most of the leaves generally they should be in a flat condition. If it is upward curling are there means definitely that is due to the attack of the thrips. And sometimes the leaves may be downward curling. That might be due to the attack of the mites. And sometimes we can see that there is a sharp holes, and if it is a short and regular and round holes means it is the attack of the certain caterpillar. If there is the irregular holes, that is the indication that tobacco caterpillar. And I already said if the pink bollworm damage, how the farmer can identify the square formation stage means, what will happen means at the flowering stage, the flower should be, the flower should be generally after 10 to 15 days it should be in an open condition. In a single plant, if there will be some plants will be open, some flowers are the open, some flowers are the not open, means it is the indication that definitely that flower might be contain the pink bono, unopened flowers. I said that those are the rosette flowers. These kind of the symptoms farmer, if they will be identifying in their field. Initially, any pest, initially it will not cause much damage. Initially, the establishment of the pest also very less. By this way, early stages of the detection is the utmost important. By this way, for the any IPM practices, not only in the cotton, in any crop, the backbone of this IPM is the scouting. Regularly, farmers has to identify certain any damaged symptoms, insect damaged plants or damaged symptom plants, or if anything are there in their field, then they have to remove those plants and they have to take up the appropriate IPM practices. Then only they can manage effectively. These are the certain aspects like a change in color and unopened bolts or unopened flowers and upward curling and downward curling. These are the and pale yellowish color and pale violet color discoloration of the leaves. These are the 4 to 5 indications or 5 to 6 symptoms. If the farmer can identify those, based on that, they can decide that yes, my crop is infected with a certain pest, and then they can take up any appropriate IPM practices. Easily they can control. The main thing is here our extension system. We have to focus, and we have to train the farmers in such a way that they have to identify that most of the pests and diseases. Then only we can manage these pests effectively. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what role do pheromone traps, sticky traps, light traps, and biological control agents play in BT cotton IPM?
Yeah, that is a very good question. Especially, what will happen means the basic thing is, even though we are as a scientist, and though I also work very closely in farmers in Krishi Vignan Kendras. The basic problem with these biocontrol agents, most of the biological control agents, as I suggested, some field level, those are the biological control agents available, but the institution level, most of the biopesticides like azadirachtin or caranjoil and some of the biopesticides like metrrhizum anisophyllae, lecanicellum lecani, and Bavaria bassiana. These are all the quality inputs not available at the farmer end. By this way, most of the farmers they are not getting the quality of bio inputs. Because of the lack of the quality bio inputs, these most of the IPM practices are not at all reaching the farmer community. By this way, most of the farmer, though in any number of the meeting, if you see that in entire India, everybody used to say that we have to follow the IPM practices, but the problem is not availability of the quality input. And as you said perfectly, but though this Bavaria, meteorism, lecanicellum, they might be not available. But as you said, these yellow sticky pads, blue sticky pads, white sticky trap, these are all available everywhere. If it is not available, also farmers they themselves they can make it by taking any iron rake, and for that they can do that painting with that yellowish in color or bluish in color that they can install in their field, and by applying of the grease, most of the pests get attracted, and then that they can easily remove those pests. And pheromone trap. This is the cheapest source. A single pheromone trap cost is the 35 rupees. If the farmer is installing 4 traps per acre, generally, if it is a 40 rupees, 40 into 4, 160 rupees if the farmer is spending per 1 acre, easily whatever the pink bolum initially for they have to use for the monitoring purpose whether the pest is there or not. If they will install those 4 traps, what will happen means the gossipure pheromone will release during the night time. Most of the males will get attracted and they used to fall inside of the trap, and they can reduce that building of the pest, and pest buildup will be the very less, and the pest load will be reduced drastically. And because if the one male moth is falling onto the trap means if it is not mating with the female, we can control because of that one male moth. It is indication that we already controlled the 30 pinkobolomes, because that much of the potential these pheromone traps are there. And moreover, nowadays I think all the in entire India, all the Department of Agriculture, all the agriculture universities and ICR, they are distributing the farmers these pheromone traps at the means the last 5 to 6 years they are distributed in a free of cost also. And if the farmer has to purchase also, though they are all available in everywhere except these bio pesticides like Bavaria, Metrrhizium and Lecanacellum. These pheromone traps, yellow sticky traps and blue sticky traps, those are all available at the farmer end, and those are all very cheap. Pheromone trap is 40 rupees and yellow sticky traps is the 15 to 25 rupees each one. Farmers can get it easily, and even those are all available in online also. Like in Amazon, farmer can give order and they can get it easily. These are all easiest IPM methods and easiest IPM components which are available at the farmer doorsteps, and they can use it, and they can reduce the uses of the most of the chemicals. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You can stop sharing the screen, and if you're okay, you can on the video.
Yeah, ma'am.
If the video is working. Yeah.
1 minute.
Yeah.
I'm not getting that option.
Click on the video button in this Zoom application.
Yeah, video.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Thank you.
like a completely old one, ma'am. Actually,
Yeah.
means the lighting is more.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Still,
Okay.
is there
Yeah.
any doubts?
Yeah,
But can I
yeah.
get that means can I get that video link, ma'am? And after you might be posting this video, no? So that I can share with my
Sure,
students
sure.
and other colleagues.
Yeah, once we complete this, I'll share the video
Okay.
recording. Yeah.
Please do share, madam. And you said that you will be giving one certificate also, if possible. Please provide that certificate also. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you
So,
very much. Have a nice day. Yeah, thank you.
there are a couple of more questions actually.
Yeah, you can, madam. You can. Yeah.
Okay. Just 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how important are refuge crops in dealing resistance to BT technology, and are farmers following the recommended refuge
Refuge.
strategy?
Yeah. That is one of the nice question. Actually, madam, refugia in case of the BT crops, when we brought that Bolgat 1, Bolgat 2, during that time onwards, most of the means ICR institutions and state agriculture university, they are promoting the refugia. Refugia means what will happen means in each BT cotton seed packet, that is a 450 grams packet. In 450 grams, there is a approximately small packet, 50 grams non-BT seeds also they used to give. Means apart from these BT seeds and border rows, farmer has to cultivate that non-BT seeds, at least 5 to 10% of the area. But most of our Indian farmers, they are the very intelligent farmers, and they thought that these are all the non-BT seeds. If you will plant those seeds, the area will be going to wastage, and they are thinking that the area will be going to wastage, and they are thinking that we will not get any kind of the lint. But this 99 point of the 99% of the farmers, none of the farmer, they are not going this what is that refugia seed or non-BT seed, which government of India is giving along with that BT cotton seed. Basically, most of the times that is one of the main reason why pink bollworm has developed resistant is farmers are not following the refugia technology. If you look in the Western countries, all the countries, they are used to, along with the BT, they used to follow the non-BT. But since from last 2 years, the government of India came to know that yes, 99% of the farmers are not growing this non-BT seed. Basically, what they brought is instead of that refugia cropping, they brought that reboot technology, refugia in bag. Means earlier I said that along with the BT seed, they used to give in a small packet, like a Kit Kat chocolate, one small packet of the non-BT seed they used to give. But now what they said means, what they did means directly used that non-BT seed also mixed with the BT seed. That is called as a rip technology. But this one nowadays farmer, since from last 2 years, they are unable to throw any seed because that non-BT seed also mixed with the BT seed. By this way, they are cultivating the BT and non-BT seeds together randomly. Generally, the it is like 5 to 8% or 5 to 10% of the non-BT seeds also mixed with the BT seeds, and they are farmers are cultivating. Now, because of that, we are expecting that another coming years we may get the less incidence of this pink ball. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And
Yeah.
yeah. So based on your research at PJ, PJTAU, what are the most effective IPM practices you would recommend for cotton farmers in Telangana and other cotton growing regions?
Most IPM practices means generally, as I said, for the sucking phase, generally the farmer has to go for seed treatment is one of the best option, and then followed by the cheapest source like installation of yellow, blue, white sticky pads. Each sticky pad cost is if it is a 20 rupees, total 40 traps, 20, 40, 800 rupees. And randomly they will install, they can control almost all the sucking pests like white flies, thrips, mites, and everything they can control easily. And one more thing is stem application. It is even our university also developed that equipment stem applicator. Directly, these stem applicator, the farmer can use it and effectively they can control these sucking pests. Means these stem application, some of the areas like in Khammam and adjoining areas like in Warangal, they are following, but still the efficacy is not that much effective. But here, the chemical they have to change. Earlier, the farmers are using that imidacloprid, but now in our research, our university research, they found that compared to imidacloprid, one of the novel chemical like flunicamide, which will be having a much more effective. By this way, it is very effective, and at the same time, it is safe to the natural enemies, and we can recommend that one. And in case of the bollworms, farmer has to go for installation of that pheromone traps. Apart from the pheromone traps, now there is a one advanced what is that gossiploop gel. It is like a small paste like gel is available, that is available in the market that farmer can bring, and the gel, instead of spraying, what the farmers has to do means they have to apply approximately 400 plants at the near the axial region, and from that what will happen means that the gel will release the gossiploor pheromone, so that what will happen is most of the male moths get attracted and they used to fall. These are the simplest things. In the farmers will follow these sticky pads, pheromone traps, and conservation of the natural enemies, and seed treatment and stem application. Easiest way and the most cost reduction way farmer can control these pests effectively.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now we have the last question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can you share a practical IPM calendar for BT cotton from sowing to ball formation that a farmer can follow to monitor pests and decide when intervention is actually necessary?
Okay. Okay, but see, madam, it's like a our agriculture, especially it's like a dynamic. Whatever the pest calendar and whatever the IPM inputs which we will be going to suggest, those might be like a dynamic. However, still I can suggest that certain 5 to 6 aspects which are the utmost important, that might be the common for the entire India. After sowing of the crop, the farmer has to must and should, after 20 to 25 days after sowing, they have to use the 45 sticky traps. Definitely, they have to follow. And most of the times, farmers are following the sticky traps, but they are not using in a recommended way. Means they have to use in a zigzag manner, like a yellow one and a blue one, white one. These three followed by again repeating of the same colors with a different manner. That is the one thing. Means 20 to 25 days after cotton crop sowing, they have to install the yellow, blue, white sticky pads. That is the first point. And second point is after 45 days, they have to go for stem application. This is the one of the most important aspect. And why I'm suggesting this stem application means most of the times farmers used to say that it is a laborious process. Now our university has developed the stem applicator easily without bending the farmer. They can easily dip that stick inside of the bucket, and easily in a one dip we can use that at least 150 to 200 plants at the apical portion. That is one of the easiest method. That is the second practice. And third most important practice is farmer, instead of going directly to the most of the chemicals, they have to go for biopesticides like azadirachtin, neem oil, and they themselves they can make also by taking the neem leaf or by taking the neem seed kernels and dissolving those kernels inside of the water for the overnight and then grind it and they can use it. And that is also one of the cheapest way they can that is a 45 to 50 days old of the crop they can. And one more fourth aspect is they can go for installation of the pheromone traps. When the crop is at a bold formation stage, when the crop is at a flowering to bold formation stage, per 1 acre, definitely irrespective of the area, it might be the Tamil Nadu or Gujarat or whatever the area, cotton cultivating areas, definitely they have to install the pheromone traps. At least 4 pheromone traps, 4 into 4, that is a 40 rupees cost of each 4 traps. 40 into 4, 160 rupees. If they they will invest, means easily they can monitor this pink bolome. That is one of the aspect. And one more important aspect is especially most of the times, even in a black cotton soils, there is a boron deficiency or flower dropping is one of the major problem. They have to take up one growth regulator spray. That is a Planofix. That is a 0.1 ml per liter of water. If there will be still any incidence of the pest is there, then only they have to go for spraying. For succulents, I would suggest the two chemicals. There is a flunicamide, that is a 0.3 grams per liter of water. It should be applied at 45 days after sowing of the crop. Another one is a difenthurone, which can be applied 250 grams per acre, which can be applied at 55 to 60 days after sowing of the crop. In case of the bollworms, they have to, especially pink bollworm is one of the major damaging. By this way, here that chemical is the one of the most important chemical, that is a chlorantraniliprole plus lambda cyhalothrin, that is a 0.5 ml per liter of water, 100 ml per acre. These are the 5-6 points which farmer can practice it, and these are the simplest IPM practices which are available at the farmer doorsteps, and if they will follow, they can manage this pest effectively. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah.
Sorry. So yeah, Dr. Rajashekhar. So okay, now we have come to end of question round. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, we like to thank you for a very detailed presentation and answering all the questions in depth. So I hope our listeners will be benefited from this detailed explanation. So we'll end this meeting now. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.